Hi there, welcome back to Just Making It. Today I'm in Corey, Pennsylvania. I'm at Tri-State Auction Services. They're going to have their auction April 26th at 9 a.m. This will be a live and online auction. And as you can see from my intro, there is a lot of equipment here. So we better get started. I'm going to start on the last row and work my way to the front. Before we get started here, I want to say that there is literally something here for everyone. So come on out. All right, let's get started. We got a Cat skid steer Trax. That's a 25.9B3 2-speed. Nice. Here we got a silver spreader Leon. It's a push spreader. Here's what the inside looks like. Go around back here. Take a look at the beaters. Nice. Looks like they painted it. Okay, next to this we got a CX160 case excavator. You can do some work with this. There's the bucket right there. Very nice. Okay, next to this we got a Sterling truck. Looks like a dump. Okay, next to this we got a forklift. And let's see, is this gas, propane? I'm not sure. Okay, next to this, we got a gravity wagon, a Demco. There's the gears. Take a look in the inside in this. Here's what the inside looks like. Nice. Okay. Next to this, we've got another gravity wagon with an auger on it. It looks like to be a pretty long auger. Right there. Okay. Next to this gravity wagon, we've got a sprayer. Go around it here. It's a Hardy. Okay, next to this, we got a mower here. Brush hog. Here's what underneath looks like. That's what the blades look like. And this is 1000 PTO. Okay. Next to this, we've got a John Deere 2355 diesel. Go around back here real quick. Two sets of remotes. 540. Okay, next to this John Deere, we got a New Holland. 7740. Okay, and that is diesel. And it has, well, it looks like two sets of remotes. These other two look like they're plugged. Or, no, those are just fittings on there. So there's three sets. Okay, here's a John Deere forage wagon 716A. Sorry if I'm going rather quickly, but there is a lot of stuff here. Okay, here is a trailer. It's got a tarp on the top. Okay, here's a flatbed trailer. Looks like the floor may need replacing. It's got dual wheels. It's got a deck up front. It's got a spare tire. And it's got a motor right there. Hydraulics. Okay. We'll favor the other side here first. Okay, here's a grain cart, grain wagon. That's a big one. Okay, next to this, there's a nice camper. Very nice. There is something here for everyone. Literally, there's boat, there's campers, there's trucks, bulldozers, tractors, all kind of stuff. And look at this. This camper is hooked to this truck. It's a Dodge 4x4 1500 V8. So if you buy the camper, you might as well buy that truck, tow it around. Okay, next to this camper, we've got an Alice 7080 tractor. Duals in the back, weights in the front. And in the back, it's got 3 sets of remotes and a 1000 PTO. Okay, in the middle here, there is a loader. Let's see what the tag says. Nothing on the tag, but it's a John Deere. Not too sure what model. There's a John Deere loader. Okay, next to this, we've got an aluminum flatbed. And it's pretty long. It says Ravens on the bottom. Okay, next to this trailer, we got a Case 580L. And look at this. Get all these buckets right there. You get that, that, 580L, and the backhoe. Very nice. Okay, next to this backhoe, this is a liquid fertilizer spreader. Right there. Check this out. Whoo! It's a John Deere. It's got a H310 loader on it. And this thing is nice. It is a 6130M. And let's go around back here. This is a nice tractor. 130 horsepower. It's got 3 sets of remotes in the back. Very nice. 540. This size tractor right here is nice. You can do just about almost anything. It's got nice tires, fenders, it's loaded. Okay, next to this tractor, got a forage wagon. It's a Myers. Duals in the back. Okay, next to this, we've got a grain head. And I believe this grain head goes to that New Holland combine. We'll get to that later. And then we've got a grinder mixer. It's a 125 Gale. This thing is in good shape. If anybody's looking for a grinder, this is a nice one. It's hydraulic. I've got one just pretty much just like it. Gale Mixall. Okay, next to this, we've got a Durastar Max Force Diesel International. I believe this is a flatbed. Nice truck. Then there's some ramps, it looks like, that comes with it in the back here. Aluminum ramps. Very nice. That's a nice truck. Okay, next to this truck, looks like we got a box trailer here. Gooseneck. That is very nice. Next to this trailer, we've got another trailer. It looks like a car hauler. Okay. Right there. Haven't seen one of these at a sale. Like I said, there's something for everyone. There you go. You can have your own business hauling cars. Triple axles in the back. Very nice. Ramps in the middle. All right, next to this trailer, look here, we've got another Alice, and there's 2 sets of remotes in the back, 540. Let's go around front here, and this is an AC 7000. Duals, weights in the front. Okay, next to that tractor, we've got a pintle hitch trailer. Right there. It's got some ramps in the back there. Okay, next to this trailer, we have a Disbine. It's a 625 John Deere. Let's see what the PTO is here. Ah, it's a 540. 540 PTO there. Very nice. Let's take a look underneath it. I won't get on the ground. We'll just bend over here. There you go. Nice. Everybody's looking for a good Disbine. It's got the flails in the back. All right, here's a semi, and it's got a sleeper. It's a Peterbilt. Okay. Next to this Peterbilt, we have a Freightliner. Look at that. That black looks nice with that chrome. Okay. There you go. Okay, next to this Freightliner, we've got another Peterbilt. Right there. It's got a sleeper. Okay, next to that, looks like we got another one. There looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4 that look the same here. Freightliner. Well, that's a Peterbilt. That's a Freightliner right there. And that other one was a Peterbilt. Same colors on them. Must have came from the same place. Okay, there's a Peterbilt, another one, sleeper. Okay, all right, next to this, we've got some cultivators here. All right, then we got a 3-bottom plow right there. That's an Oliver. And then we got a rototiller right there, older one. And then we got a rake right there. I think it's Massey Ferguson. Okay, here we got 986 International. Okay, it looks like they're going to sell them with those forks. Those are long forks. Okay, let's go around back to this tractor. Okay, there's 2 sets of remotes back here. And there's a 540 and a 1000 PTO. Okay, here's a 2-bottom plow. Right there. Okay, here's a skid steer attachment. It is a sand shooter bucket. Becker. Sand shooter bucket. Never heard of it. There you go. Okay, then we got some gates here, galvanized gates. And it looks like here we got a grapple. Okay, then we got a rock bucket right here. Okay. We've got, I'm just going to go through here. There's so much stuff. We're just going to go take one at a time here. There's a set of duals. 18 434s right here. There's a York rake. And here's a hay bine. See if we can get a number on this. $477 hay bine right there. Okay, what do we got here? Looks like a little hut. You could put a calf or something in there. Okay, in front of this hay bine, we've got a pair of discs. And these discs, which I haven't seen too many of these are new ideas. Yeah, new idea disc, 10 foot. Okay, here it looks like we got a skid steer attachment. And this is a log splitter. That's a log splitter, heavy duty. And here it looks like we got some wooden fence posts. Right there, they're all sharpened up at the top. And here we've got a, let's read the tag here, make sure it's right. A truck boom lift. Right there. Truck boom lift. Okay, here we have a Kubota 185. Okay, and let's see what it has in the rear end. It's got a new, looks like a newer 3-point hitch. It's got a pulley in the back right there. And it looks like it's got a new seat on it. Okay, next to this Kubota, we've got a 3-bottom plow auto reset. Yep, Oliver. Right there. And behind these plows, we have a forage harvester. Right there. There's a corn head on it, and then here's a hay head out in front of it. See what this says here. It's a Gale. Yep. Okay, next to this chopper, we've got a flatbed wagon. And that thing's in pretty good shape. Looks like it's got heavy gears underneath it. Okay, here's another forage chopper. It's a Gale. It's got a corn head in front, and hay head is on it. Okay, here we've got, it looks like tracks, rubber tracks. And it looks like maybe for a mini excavator. Let's see what it says. No, skid steer. This one's for a Cat 306. This one's for a Cat 259D. And this one's for a Cat 259D. So there's some rubber tracks for skid steers. Okay, next to this we got a Knight manure spreader. And next to this Knight we have a New Holland. This is a square baler, and it is a 268 New Holland. Okay, here we got a little trailer with ramps, bumper pull. Here we got another bumper pull trailer right there. And here we got some more skid steer. This is Cat 306 tracks. And some more tracks, 259 tracks, Cat. Here's a nice dump bed, steel. Okay. And in the back, you get a chute. Very nice. That thing looks heavy. Okay, here's a gravity box with no gears. That's the inside. Okay, over here we've got a pulverization, it says. Let's see exactly what this is. Water wheel planter. Water wheel planter right there. 3-point hitch. Okay, here we got a nice sickle bar right there. I believe that is a Frontier. Yep, Frontier. And then on the same skid, you got a nice post hole driller right there. Yep. Okay, then there's all these bell spears for skid steer right there. And then you got all these racks here for round bell wagons. If you got a good set of gears, might as well get one of these. Very nice. These are pretty long. Okay. In front of these racks, let's start on the next row on the other side. We've got hay racks. Okay. Hay feeders. Heavy duty. I tell you one thing, the cows aren't going to move those. Okay. Here's some more bale spears. These have 3 spears on them. A little bit more heavy duty. Here's a rock bucket. Here's some more skid steer bale spears. Bunch of them. Here's a skid steer mower. This one looks used. And here's some skid steer booms. Right there. And I don't know if I got this, but here's a set of gears. Right there. And here's some seats. Not too sure what they're off of. Then underneath it looks like there's some steel. Right there, you could do anything with that steel underneath. Okay, here is looks like a lime spreader. Got dual spins in the back. Yep, that's what that is. Okay, next to this, we've got a dump trailer, Sure Track. Looks like it's got a tarp. Let's take a look inside. There you go, nice little dump trailer. Let's see what the back end looks like. Okay, it's got the swing out doors right there. Okay, here's a hay feeder right there. This one's good for horses or anything, but it sits pretty tall. Be nice for horses. Okay, here's a headache rack right there. Okay, here's a cement mover right here. Pour it with cement, concrete, move it around, lift it. Right there. Concrete bucket. Okay, next to this, it looks like, make sure I got this right, it's another concrete bucket. It's a 2-yard. And here's a little dump. Looks like a dumpster bucket. Let's see. Yard round off box. Right there. Okay, here's a forage wagon. This is a Miller Pro 2175. Okay, here we got a 2-bottom plow. Right there. Here's a New Holland blower. Pretty nice shape. Anybody looking for one? It's a New Holland F62B. Okay, next to this we got a Crown Vic Ford. Next to this we got a manure spreader. Let's see what make this is. New idea. It's going to need a new floor. Okay. Next to this we've got a Case 1840 skid steer. There's what the inside looks like. Okay, next to this, we got a Marathon generator right there. Marathon generator. Okay. Over here we got a snow blower. 3-point. And it looks to be a nice skid steer bucket right there. It's got the teeth in the front. Next to that, we've got a Massey Ferguson 50 gas. Look at this seat. Yeah, at least you're not wiggling side to side or back and forth. Put a nice cushion on there. Okay, in the back, I don't see any outlets. It's 540. And there's what the hitch looks like. Okay, here's a Zetter. Front end loader, 4-wheel drive. Wow, look at the platform, all the room up here. That sits back. Nice. Okay, it's got back wheel weights. It's got one set of remotes and one by itself here. It's a 540. Then we got a pickup truck here. It's a 4-door. Flatbed, wooden flatbed, and it's got a diesel. And it's a 350. Next to that truck, we've got a Ram diesel 2500. Looks jacked up, 4-door. Let's take a look at the bed here. Okay. Let's go around this thing. It's got a hitch. Okay. All right, here is a loader. It's a 920. And it's got this bucket pusher grabber. Not too sure what you call that, but it looks like it could do some work. Okay. Next to that, we have a forage wagon, H&S, twin auger. Okay, that's what that looks like. And here we've got a John Deere 4055 4-wheel drive. Okay, and it's got a flat in the back. The tires look real good on it. Looks like there was some work done to it. Maybe they're going to use this for parts, I'm not sure. It's a fixer-upper. 2 sets of remotes. It doesn't have 3-point hitch. Okay, so maybe somebody took parts off of it already. All right, there's what the motor looks like on that. Okay, here is a Zone Builder chisel right there. That looks pretty nice. It looks really heavy, like you're going to need a big tractor on that. Okay. Okay, here's some industrial shelving. Look at that. Heavy duty. Looks like these are the cross members and these are the main frame. Okay, right here you got a dump trailer and it's gooseneck. Okay. I guess the most important thing on these, people want to know what the back end looks like. Does it dump, swing out, or what? This one looks like it swings out. Okay. So here we have crates. What's in these crates? Look at that. Motors. Case International. I don't know what size that is. Got turbo on it. But it looks like there's these crates. That one is shut. They've got motors in them. Okay, next to those motors, we've got a forage wagon, wooden sides. I'm gonna guess it's an International. Let's see if it says the model number here. Nope. Right there. Okay, next to that forage wagon, look at what we got here. This thing looks like it just came off the lot. It's an M5 111 Kubota. It's got the quick attach 4-wheel drive. It does have DEF. And look at that, the seat even has the plastic on it. So it's like brand new. Come around the side, you got 2 set of remotes. Nice tractor. Nice. The loader seems a little bit on the faded side. Maybe they added it to it. But that is a nice tractor. Okay, next to that tractor, we've got a Starcraft boat. Okay. Let's see. 1986 Starcraft. Okay, next to that boat, we got a TR-85 combine. New Holland. Looks to be 4-wheel drive. It's got a 4-row head on it. I heard these things are pretty dependable. There you go. I believe maybe they'll sell the head together. I'm not sure. Okay, here's another Myers forge wagon. And we've got a H&S 3110 hay rake, wheel rake, with a kicker wheel in the middle. And that's got 5 wheels on each side with the kicker. Okay, everybody needs one of these. Here's a school bus. This thing looks like it's in real good shape. That is a school bus. There was one here last year. 2007 International School Bus. It's a long one. All right, next to the bus, we've got another truck. It is a Mack truck, and it does not have a sleeper. It's a nice truck. Okay, we've looked at this stuff. Here's a 2950 John Deere 4-wheel drive. And here's what it looks like. My guess is that loader that I showed you earlier might go with, or might go to this tractor. That's just a guess. There's 2 sets of remotes there and a 540. 2950. Yeah, here's the loader mounts. Okay, next to this John Deere, we've got a 7560F Landini. And this is a Vineyard, I believe it's a Vineyard tractor. See the wheelbase on it? There's 2 sets of remotes. 540 in the back, 3-point hitch. That is a, yep, Landini. Here's a Kenworth. There's a Kenworth truck right there. Okay. Okay, over here we got a 1620 Gale forge wagon. All right, next to that, we've got a John Deere 4700 sprayer. It's in good shape. Sits pretty tall. I'm going to say at least 4 feet. I don't know what the boom length on it is. Let's see if I can. Self-propelled sprayer, 4700 John Deere. There you go. Nice. Okay, here we got a utility truck, work truck. Let's see what this says. It's a 2006 Ford Crane service truck. Title on hand. service truck. Walk around it. Okay, next to this service truck, we've got a case. Now this is a big tractor here. Look at the tires on that thing. Jeez. That's a 2870 case. And I guess they named it Big Ugly. It's got a toolbox in the front. There you go. Okay, we've got a semi here. It's got a sleeper. And this is an International. That's an International sleeper semi. Right there. Next to that, we got another service truck. Top Kick, diesel, cat diesel. Right there. GMC. Okay, next to this service truck, we've got a triaxle, okay, and this is a Kenworth. Right there. (2005) Kenworth title. All right, next to this Kenworth, we've got a Mack granite truck lime spreader box, 2006. Right there. That's pretty nice. You want to get into your own business spreading lime. Look at that. There's the bed on it. Show you the back end. Okay, next to that, Silverado pickup truck. It's a 4-door. It's a 2500 HD Vortex. And it's a 2012 crew cab. Right there. Okay, we're done with that row. Now we're going to go over to this next row here. Keep on going. We've got a lot more to cover. Okay, here's a Kubota M4800. That is a nice little tractor right there. It's not 4-wheel drive. Front weights. Diesel. And it's got a quick hitch, quick attach right there in the back, and it's got a set of remotes right there. 540. Okay, next to that, we have an International. Okay, looks like a crane truck or a log truck. Let's go take a look. Make sure I get this right. Paystar 5000 International, and this is a crane truck. Title on hand. Okay, next to this is pretty nice. It's a John Deere chopper. It's a 3975. That's a nice chopper. Okay, next to that chopper, we've got a hay rake. It's an H&S bifold rake, and it's got 6 wheels on each side. Folds out. Okay. Next to this, we've got a blower. It's a New Holland, good shape. Walk around this. It's an F62B, F62B New Holland. Okay, next to that blower, we've got an International 510 grain drill. It's in pretty good shape. Single, it's not a double disc, it looks like a single disc. Okay. Next to that grain drill, we got a hay rake. It's a 256 and it's got rubber teeth on it. Roller bar. Okay. Okay, here's some golf carts. 2 of them in a row here. And I believe, what's this say? Does not want to start on this one. And I believe these might be gas. Not sure. There you go. 2 golf carts. Okay, here's a 4-star tedder. It's a Kloss. And here's a long flatbed right here. Gooseneck. And it is dual wheel. Yep, pretty nice. Okay. Over here we got a Case Agri-King 970. Two-wheel drive. Diesel. And we've got 1 set of remotes, 540. Okay, look at this. Wood chippers. Vermeer BC 1800As. Okay, and then we got another one. They're pintle hitch. And another BC 1800A. Right there, wood chippers. Okay, here it looks to be, let's make sure I get this right. It's a Sterling. It's a Sterling and it is, no, it's a Ford. Okay, Ford Sterling potato truck. Right there, that's a potato truck. Okay, next to that, look at this. We've got another utility truck, service truck. GMC C6500 service truck. Okay. Behind this service truck, it looks like another Vineyard Landini Rex 60F. Right there. And it's 3-point hitch, 540. It's got 2 set of remotes. Specialty tractor here. Okay. Here's a McCormick F60. Looks like it's got the narrow axle Vineyard style tractors. What's this say? Okay. Okay, next to this we have, it's a big box trailer. Okay. Here we got a livestock trailer. This thing's big. Let's see if we can see inside here. This might be a, yeah, it's a double decker. It's got the bottom floor here, top floor up there. Okay, here we got a tank. It's sitting on a trailer or a platform. I don't know if that comes with it, probably does. $2,000 gallon tank. Okay, here we've got another chopper. It's got a hay head on it. And there's a single row corn head right there. Here's a New Holland 5117 grass head, I think, right there. And here's another trailer, and it's got all kind of things on it. Looks like chemical totes right here. And then there's these, they look to be sort of like gates right there. And then the trailer itself, it's got a front platform. Okay, over here, look at this. Here's a tank, and this is H2O 1500 gallon sap tank. It's called a sap tank right there. Okay. Okay, here's a fertilizer side dresser right there. It's got big tires on it. Okay. Next to that, look at here, we got a 3 plow, bottom plow, auto reset whites right there. Nice little heavy set. Okay, next to that we have a manure spreader. Looks to be a 250 Gale right there. There's what the bed looks like. And here's a bunch of stuff about it here, about what was done to it. Okay, and then there we got a kicker wagon, an older kicker wagon. All right, back here we've got hay rakes, New Holland, rotary. And over here it looks like we got another car hauler, or haul anything. Excuse me. Right there, that thing's pretty long. Here's another trailer. It's got ramps in the back. All right, here we've got a fertilizer spreader, John Deere 605. And let's see what the back looks like. There's what the drive looks like on it. It's got a single spinner in the back. And it looks like it's workable. It's nice. I don't see too many of these. John Deere fertilizer spreader. Okay, here's some spray tanks, saddle tanks, right there. And here's the spray unit, right there. Check this out. Looks like a homemade trailer. That thing's pretty slick looking. It's a homemade trailer. Okay, here's a, looks to be a horse trailer here. Gooseneck. Lazy End gooseneck horse trailer. Okay. Next to that, we've got another box trailer here for a truck, semi. And we've got a spray tank here. And that says 500 gallons. Okay, here we've got, this thing is a tailgate mount salt spreader. Tailgate mount salt spreader right there. Here we got another trailer. It's got a steel bed on it. Dual wheels. Gooseneck. And it's got a spare and a platform on top. Okay. Next to this we got a Moritz gooseneck flatbed. Ramps in the back. Behind that we've got a chisel for an excavator. It's huge. Right there. Next to this we got a nice little set of discs. Look at that. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this, like for a food plot or something. That's a Ford 6-foot. Okay, here we got, these are cultivators. Yep, 4-row cultivators. Okay, there we got a Sea Ray boat. And look there, you got the coolers to go with it. Catch your fish. Right there, Sea Ray. Okay, and there's a, looks to be a road brush. Right here, York. 3-point. Alright, look at this. We've got a plow. We've got a Cummins 3500 Ram 4-door. It's got the flatbed. It's got the gooseneck hitch. Steel flatbed. It's got a heavy duty hitch in the back. Huh. It's not dual wheel. It's got a utility box right there. Okay. Alright, here we've got a 5100 white corn planter. Right there. Four-row. Okay, behind this, looks like we got a car hauler right there. And beside that, there's a 4-star Pequa 4102 4-star tedder. Right there. Okay. Over here, we've got a gravity box. Kilbros. Right there. Next to that Kilbros box, we've got a Gale forage wagon. There's what the inside looks like. Right there. Okay. Next to that wagon, we've got I want to make sure I get this right. It's a Seed Titan 2 2-box seed tender. Right there, seed tender. And then it looks like we have a gooseneck. Looks like a homemade trailer. And there's a sickle bar right there. And that is a John Deere. Okay. Over here, look, we got a New Holland round baler. It's got a kicker in the back. It's a New Holland 650 fast net. And let's see what size bells this throws out. 650 with monitor. I'm gonna guess it's could be a 4x5, not sure. It's awful tall. Okay. So here's a kicker wagon next to that. Nice. Myers. Okay, next to this we've got a generator. It's got a low tire right there. And right here we've got an asphalt. It's a tar buggy, 200 gallon right there. Tar buggy. Okay, here we got a sprayer, 3-point. And over here we've got a 3-point backhoe right there. Looks like you get some chains with it. Okay, here we got a hay rake hitch right there. And here you got a big pusher blade, 3-point. Okay, next to this, right there, you got a, I've never seen something like this. This is a wagon, okay, it's older, and it's got a conveyor belt here, and okay, it's a spreader. Old spreader. Okay, here we got a light tower, right here. And in the back here, we've got a sprayer. Right here, it's a 500 gallon sprayer. Okay, here we got a set of gears, running gears. And right here, we've got this wagon. What is this? Homemade wood trailer with John Deere plow on top of it right there. Okay, here we got another forage blower, New Holland, and that is a 28 New Holland. Here we got a RT 5200 H&S 2-star tedder right there. And next to this we got a Belarus, or some people say Belarus. There's a 4-wheel drive loader. Looks like it's diesel. Come in the back here. We've got, well, 2 single remotes, a 540. It's got a nice tall seat on it. Okay, next to that we got a Silverado. That's what the bed looks like. Just go around it. There's the inside. I don't know if you could see the inside. Okay. And this is 2008 Silverado 1500. There you go. Okay, next to this we've got an auger, and we've got 2 of these here. I want to make sure I get this right on these. These look like just augers. I don't see a tag on them. Okay, we're gonna just call these augers right here. And then here's a pair of discs, John Deere. Behind these discs, we've got a sprayer. Viking 1910 sprayer. Okay, over here it looks like we got some parts, Badger parts, some chains, links. Okay, here we got a brush hog. And what's this? Grates, gutter grates right there. It says water truck on the side. We got a water truck there. Okay, we got another semi sleeper. It's a Volvo 06. And here we got a log truck right there. Pretty nice. It's a Volvo. Let's walk down it here. That's what it looks like. We're only about halfway through all the equipment here. So hang on tight. We're going around. Okay, next to this log truck, we got a skidder. It's got chains on the tires. Looks like it did some work. Look at that thing. That is a Timberjack 240A log skidder, 1985. Okay, here's a little dump truck, 4900, right there. Looks like it's got a plow, ready for a plow there. Okay, and here it looks to be, sort of looks like a service truck. Let's see what this says. Yep, Ford service truck. Right there's the boom in the back. Okay, here we got an excavator. This is a Is it a Komatsu excavator? Right there. PC 150. Looks like you get an extra bucket there. Okay, next to the excavator, we got an L8000 diesel dump. Ford. Right there. Next to that, we've got another semi. Right there, Kenworth. Okay. Doesn't have a sleeper. Okay, here's a pickup. Looks like a big extended cab Chevy. And it has a flatbed on it. It's got boxes on the side, box on the side, gooseneck in the back. Okay, over here we got another forklift, and the tires might sell separately there in the front. I see a number on it, and there's the forklift there. International forklift. Okay, look at this. Here's a cat dozer. Let's get the specs on it here. It's a D5H bulldozer cat. Very nice. Okay, here's a box truck. That's an International. Here we got another skidder. Chains in the front. Right there. Next to that skidder, we've got an Alice 5-bottom right there. Alice 5-bottom, semi-mount right there. Okay, here's a Case International 2255. And it looks like it could need some work done to it. In the back here, you got two sets of remotes. You got a 540 and a 1000 PTO. 4-wheel drive. It's a 695 International. It's got a 2255 loader. Okay, here is a, looks like a grain truck. It's a dump trailer. It's a dump trailer right there. Okay, here's a 6-star tedder right here. And the make on it is Rossi. That's a Rossi hay tedder. Okay, over here we've got an International, looks to be a flatbed. Okay. Then next to this we got a Big Tex trailer. Okay, I believe I showed you this. It's got the steel bed on it. Okay, there's another dump trailer. Okay, I showed you that. And I showed you this. Okay, here's a trailer. It's Pintle. It's a Rolls-Royce trailer, Pintle hitch. Next to this, we got another semi sleeper. It's a Volvo, and it's a road. Okay, Volvo semi road tractor, 2003. Okay, we've got some plows here. Here's a 3-bottom. And that's a fast hitch 3-bottom. Okay, here's a fast hitch 2-bottom. Okay, there's a little spike right there, fast hitch. And then we've got a 2-bottom plow right there. Next to this, we have a Trike 300 Farmall right there, and it's gas. Let's walk around this. Carburetor. Come around back. 540. I don't see any outlets back here, and there's your hitch. Okay, over here we've got an H&S forage wagon right there. And right here we got a PJ. That's a flatbed right there. Okay, I showed you that livestock trailer and this big box trailer. Now look at this. On the other side here we got a dresser right there. Bulldozer. How many guys can use this? Alright, I believe it's a 6-way. Let's take a look. Dresser TD7E Dozer 1987. Here's what the tracks look like. Here's a sprocket. There's your tracks there. Not too bad. Nice little unit. Jeez, I could use that. Okay. Here's a little excavator, a TB135. Looks like you get some extra buckets there, and it's got a thumb. It's a Tahachi. It's a Tahachi. Takachi. I can't say it. All right, here's a Cat TH63. Looks like a boom. Looks like a boom. It's got forks in the front for you. Extends out. And next to that, we've got a Volvo roller. Check this thing out. I bet you that thing's heavy. You're gonna need a special trailer right there. It's nice. Okay, next to that we got a JCB loader. It's got a bucket here. It's got the forks connected to it now. That thing is nice. Looks like you got a lot of weights in the back. Or that thing looks like one big weight. Yep. Huh. 427 HT. Okay, here we have an F550 6.7 Power Stroke Ford. It is a 2017 F550 four-wheel drive hook lift truck. Right there. It's got this box in the back. Very nice. Looks like a rollback. See that? All right, next to this truck, we've got a Case TV 380 Trax. Very nice. Right there, and there's what the inside looks like. Pretty nice. Probably pilot controls, not sure. All right, for you John Deere guys, here's a 6130D. It looks like it's got all the bells and whistles on it. I see fenders, four-wheel drive. It's got the quick attach in the front. It's got that H310 loader. It does not have DEF. It has back wheel weights. It has 2 sets of remotes. The back end is very simple, well built. Very nice tractor. Come around the other side, got nice steps. Okay, doors are locked. That is a nice tractor. It's got a big bucket. 6130D. All right, here we got a car. Looks to be a 2009 with 207,000 miles on it. Okay. Let's make sure we got the info right. I can't read it. It's got leather seats. Okay, here's what the back looks like. Okay, next to this car, check this out. This thing's pretty cool. It's a dually. It's a red truck, dually, regular cab. Okay, it's a 1992 Silverado. It's got the cap. That's a cool looking truck. I don't care what anybody says. Let's see what the back end looks like. Okay, there you go. It's got a hitch. Okay, here I want to explain this to you guys. This is the Vanderhoff Farms retirement sale right here down this lane. So the equipment from here down to the next sign, and I still think it keeps going. We'll find out when we get down there. This is somebody's retirement equipment. Okay, so you know that it's going to work. It came from a farm. It's not consignment equipment. And you're probably looking at some quality here. So here's a Turbo Tedder Pequot 4-star right there. Very nice. Okay, here's a John Deere. Here's a John Deere 34 manure spreader. Okay. Clean. Here's a Kubota rotary rake. Hay rake. Right there, an RA 1042T. All right, look here. We've got a Case International 75A 4-wheel drive loader, quick attach. Okay. No DEF. Looks nice inside. Back wheel weights. Come around back, we got a 540, 2 sets of remotes. Very nice little tractor. Okay, next to this tractor we got a Kubota. Looks to be a 3-point disc bind. Right there's a 3-point. Okay, behind this we've got a Cedar. There's a Cedar. Behind this we've got a John Deere grain drill, single disc, good shape. And beside that grain drill we've got a nice feeder wagon right there. Looks to be about, I'm going to say 24 feet. Pequot 520, 20 feet. All right, next to that, look here, we got a post pounder. There's a post pounder. Here we got a 4-star Tedder. And what's the brand of this? Rossi. That's a Rossi. Okay, over here we got an Oliver 3 bottom plow. Okay, 3 bottom plow. And here we got a round bale hauler. Sulfits. Right there. Nice. Okay, here we got a Krone round baler. Looks like net wrap. Okay. Very nice. Nice little baler. Don't know too much about these balers, but they're probably workhorses. Here is a 477 hay bind. Right there. Okay, this is a feed mixer. Right there. Okay, next to this feed mixer, we've got a 4010 diesel John Deere. Right there. Very nice. Let's go around it here for you. And in the back, right there, got 1 set of remotes, got a 540. Very nice and open in the back. Okay, next to this we got an Alice AC 40 or 5040. We got a 5040 right here. 3.540. Looks like 1 set of remotes in the back. Brand new tires. Yep, loader. Diesel. Okay, here we got, it looks to be a wagon. It looks like it's lifted up here. Let's see exactly what. Yeah, it just says 8-ton running gear. Looks like it was made for something. Okay, next to this we got a Tundra, a 5.7 V8. And I heard that they are going to a 6-cylinder, their new ones, turbo. And they're doing away with these V8s. Not sure, but this one's got the V8. There's an extended cab. It's got a cover on the back. pretty nice truck. It's a 2008 Tundra. Okay, there you go. It's got 158,000 miles on it. It's in good shape. I don't see much rust at all. Well, there's a little bit here in the back, right there. It's got a cover on it. There's the rear end. Okay, here we got a chopper, 892 New Holland. It's got the corn head on it. And there's a hay head. All right, next to this, we've got a heavy duty box forage wagon right there. And next to this wagon, we've got a slurry tank right here. And next to this slurry tank, we got a utility box for a utility truck. It's got all the compartments on the sides. Come about back, here's what the rear end looks like. There you go. Okay, here we got a bale chopper right here. That's what the inside looks like. Put a bale in there, I think it shreds it up. 3-point hitch. Tomahawk 50/50 round bale shredder. Okay, here we got, I'm gonna guess that this is an International rake. Yes, International hay rake, dolly wheels in the front. Okay, here we got another rake, and this rake is an International hay rake. Right there. Next to this, we got a Citrix 4-star hay tedder. Next to this, we've got a ditch bank flail mower. That's a flail mower right there. There's the boom, and here's the mower. Okay, behind this, we've got an International 574 right there, diesel. 4-wheel drive, it looks like. Yep. There's what that looks like. It's got a 540, and it's got a set of remotes. Okay, right here we got a big tank, and I'm gonna guess that that is 1,000 gallons. 2,000 gallons. That's a 2,000 gallon tank. Nice. Okay, here's a New Holland, and I would call this an inverter right here. It picks the hay up, flips it over, puts it in another row right there. Okay, here's a Ford. Okay, this is a Ford Escape, and it is 2009 right there. Pretty good shape. I don't see any rust on it so far. The inside looks good, clean. Okay, tires look good on it. Interior looks good. Oh, the doors are open. Let's see inside of it. Very nice. Okay, next to that we got a New Holland hay liner, and this is a 310. I've got one of these. Low capacity, but works like a clock. These things can work. It's got the kicker in the back. Looks like maybe it was left outside. Even got some hay in there. There you go. Okay, next to this 310 baler, we've got another hay rake. Okay, in front of this hay rake, we've got another hay rake. A lot of hay rakes here this year. Roller bars. New ideas. Okay, here we've got a gravity wagon. Nice shape, nice gears. Here we got another gravity wagon, 175 bushel. Okay. Right here we've got a 3-bottom plow, and they're green, so yep, it's a John Deere. Nice set of 3 bottoms right there. Here's a couple international cabs right here. Looks to be older cabs if anybody's looking for one. And here's some, this is a skid steer sawdust spreader. Skid steer sawdust spreader right here. Okay, then we've got some parts here. It looks like off of a Kinsey liquid fertilizer planter right there. And we got a call mulcher here. Looks heavy duty. And it is a 12-footer. Right here we've got a backhoe, a Woods groundbreaker. Right there. 3-point hitch. Okay, next to this we got a John Deere 336 square baler. Okay, it's got the kicker in the back. There's the kicker. All right, next to that, we've got a 990 International hay bine. It's got the, well, it looks like it's got a steel roller on the top and a rubber roller on the bottom. Okay. In front of that, we got a set of duals. And these are 18 4s by 34s. Right there. Right here, we've got a back blade. We got some dual rims right there. Take a look at this. Thing's huge. This is a Case International. Okay. Let me get the numbers right. Combo mulch 4200 soil finisher. Right there. That thing is big. It's got a lot of hydraulics on it. See all the hoses? Let me take you around this thing. It deserves a walk around. It's got all these back finishing attachments. Need a big tractor for this. Okay, in front of this, we've got a set of tires. They're in pretty good shape. And these are 15.5 by 38s. Next to this, we got a set of discs. And these are Miller discs. Right there, fold out. Okay, right here we got a Brilliant 5-shank. Right there. Okay, here's another. Here's a 4-shank. Here's a mixer, a feed mixer. Right here. That's what the inside looks like. Little feed mixer. Okay. Here we got another tomahawk bell shredder. Put a round bell in, shred it up, 3-point hitch. Here we got a brush hog. Okay, here we got some skid steer tires with rims. It says 33 by 12-1G. Okay. Hey, look at here, everybody needs these. Implement tires. 12.5 Ls -15 SL. And here we got 12.5 Ls 15 SL. Nice tires. All right, here we go. We got a bunch of weight stuff. These are, let's see what these are. Front weight holders here. Bunch of weights. Some hydraulic cylinders with hoses. Right there. Here we got some weights. These are Case International suitcase weights right there. Looks like we got some row cleaners right here. Yep, got her. Okay. Here we got a New Holland FP 230 chopper. Very nice unit. It's got a hay head here. That is a nice chopper. Okay, here we got a Kilbros gravity wagon. Okay, here we got a Ford 8830 power shift. Look at the weight in the front underneath there. Gee. 4-wheel drive. Lots of weight in the back. We got 1000 PTO and we got 4 sets of remotes right there. Tires are in good shape. There you go. Okay, here's a military truck right here. Looks like it's a spreader truck. Okay, here we got an auger. And here we got another flatbed. It's got straps on the side for you. Dual wheel ramps. And in the front here, this is a Kuhn 3-point chopper. Okay, we got a little Hardy tank sprayer right there. We got a sprayer here, a Sentry sprayer. Okay. Next to this, look here, we got a little sawmill. See that? They got a little log on there to show you. And there's a box of saw blades. It's a bandsaw right there. Bunch of blades go with it. That probably sells separate. Does I see a separate number on it? Okay, there's another gravity wagon. There's a gravity wagon with an auger on it. Inside looks nice. Okay, here's a silage dump wagon. Those things are big. You could put a lot in there. They're nice. There's another silage dump wagon next to it right there. Okay, check this out. Beautiful set of running gears right there. Miller, they look brand new. You could buy this, and then you could buy those round bale racks. Put a round bale rack on it. Okay, next to that you got a Freightliner. Right there, you got a flatbed. Okay, you got another gravity box, J&M, right there. And you got another flatbed here. This is a Freightliner, and it's a 2003 flatbed. And then next to this, you got a Moritz pintle hitch flatbed with ramps. Okay, next to this, you got an LX 192 Case International front end loader. It's a big loader. And underneath this loader, they have a set of tires, and they are 620 by 70 R42s. They're big. Okay, look at this. This tractor has 650s by 65 R42s. They're huge. And this tractor is an MX 200. Four-wheel drive. Very nice. Magnum. Look at that tractor. There's the fuel tank. Let's look at the back. Okay, quick hitch. You got some extender there. You got 540. You've got two sets of remotes. You got a single up top. Three sets of remotes. There you go. Okay, next to this, you got duals. 480/80R 42s. Right there. Set of duals. Look at this. A Bobcat S175 skid steer. Looks like it came from Bobcat of Erie. Who knows? There you go. Nice little utility skid steer. Okay, next to this, you have a post pounder. And then you have a post driller and another post pounder right there. Okay, here you have a 4230 Ford tractor. It looks like a Vineyard tractor because it's got the narrow axles in the back. It's got a set of remotes. It's got 540. It's got two sets of remotes. 540. Nice tires. Okay, here's an International 510. Nice, nice, nice. Now this is a single disc. Small seed box, large seed box. Okay, now we're getting into another retirement sale. And this is Timberline Farms Retirement. So it's from this down to the next sign. Nice equipment. Okay, so here we got John Deere 630. Heavy disc. I'll tell you what, you want a nice pair of discs? Right there. That's them. Look how heavy that is. Very nice. Okay, next to these discs, got a chisel plow. Got the disc, single disc in the front, and that is a 7 shank. Okay, here you got a feeder. Looks like a Tartar creep feeder. Let's take a look here. Yep, creep feeder, Tartar. Okay, next to this you got a Crone 3-point disc bind. There's your discs. Very nice. And then you got a Crone disc bind. Easy cut 3200 CV. Right here. There you go. Turtles. And this disc bind, let's take a look here. Yep, it's flail. Okay. Here you got a fertilizer side spreader. Right here. Clark 500 gallon. Okay, here you got a lime spreader. These are in demand, and every sale that I go to that has one, they go for a good price because everybody's looking for one. So here's what it looks like. Dual spinners in the back. Okay, next to this we got a Hardy sprayer. Okay. And that sprayer, it doesn't say how many gallons. I believe that's a 500 gallon tank on there. Okay, look at this, guys. Here's the ultimate. This is nice. Mulcher, John Deere 970. See how many foot this is. Doesn't say how many feet it is, but it folds out. Very heavy duty. Heavy. Look at that thing. Okay, next to this mulcher, you've got a John Deere 7410. No DEF. 4-wheel drive, front fenders, front weights. Very nice tractor. The 7000 series is in demand right here. And in the back, get the quick hitch. You've got a 540 PTO, and you got 3 sets of remotes. Very clean. Very nice tractor. All right, now, Here's a nice tractor, and if I needed a tractor like Prano to do any of my hay work at home or loader work, this is what I'd choose. This is a John Deere 5100M. Okay, it's four-wheel drive loader. Very nice tractor. It does have the DEF. It's got a buddy seat, very clean. In the back, you got 3 sets of remotes, 540. Okay, next to this, we got a bale spear, heavy set. And here's a grabber, squeezer right there for your wrap brown bales. Okay. That's the end of that retirement cell there down that line. And here's a camper. Connect. Nice camper. Look at that thing. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Here is a bush hog. These are in demand. A lot of people need a good bush hog. Brush hog. There you go. It's got 3 heavy-duty gearboxes. Look at that. Thing looks pretty new. We're going down the next row here, and we got boxes of all assorted things. We got tire tubes in that one. We've got bolts, we've got rake teeth, we've got hydraulic lines. What's in this one? All kind of parts. You got chains, sprockets. Over here you got row cleaners. You got just all assortment of stuff. Here's little tires. Look at this. All these little tires for tractors. Carlisle. Boy, they're thick. All kinds. And then you got a skid of, it's got jacks on it. It's got washers, all kind of stuff. Here's another skid of tires, brand new, little lawnmower tires. Here's cedars right here. This might be for Kinsey, John Deere, not sure. But you got all these parts. You've got, oh, you got disc in here. All kind of stuff. Looks like mainly for a corn planter. Okay, over here you've got more miscellaneous stuff. You got a bucket of hydraulic fittings. You got spouts for you got spouts here for gravity wagons. All kind of stuff. All right, here we got a Massey Ferguson 5711. Take a look at this tractor. Look at the back tires, nice. Look at the rear end, you got 2 sets of remotes. You got a 540. Very nice tractor. It does have the DEF right here. I don't know what year it is. Very clean on the inside. Very nice tractor. Okay, next to that, you got a New Holland BR 740A round baler. It's got the extra sweep. It's got net wrap. Okay, very nice baler. And it looks like it has a sprayer up there. Very nice. Okay, here's a John Deere grain drill. Okay, it's not a no-till. Looks like a regular grain drill. And what's the model number on this? It's an 8200. I should know that. I have an 8350. Okay, here's a New Holland 790 chopper. It's got the hay head right there. And beside this, we have another sprayer right there. It's got dual wheels. Okay, next to this sprayer, by the way, 60-foot booms. It's a Century. Okay, this tractor right here, this is a Super 55 Oliver right there. Come around back. You got a set of hydraulics, 540. Okay, next to this tractor, or in front here, you've got another skid steer attachment. Let me get this right. This is a forestry head right there. And that thing looks like it could do some damage to something. I think it's one of those choppers right there. I'm not too sure. All right, next to this, we have a Landini four-wheel drive. Nice tractor. Don't know too much about them. This is the Vision 85. And it's got 3 sets of hydraulics in the back, and it's got a 540. Yep. Okay, next to that, we have a Kloss round baler, 66. Net wrap. There you go. Okay, in front of this round baler, we got a skid steer blade right there. Good shape. Okay. All right, next to this, we have a New Holland 8160 Ford. Lots of weights in the front, 4-wheel drive, fenders. Nice tractor. You got nice steps going up. Looks nice inside, comfy seat. Tires look good. In the back, you got, whew, look at all these outlets. 4 sets. And you have a 540. Very nice. Okay, next to this tractor, look at this. This is a New Holland BR 7060 crop cutter with the net wrap. Extra sweep. This is a 540 PTO. Very nice. Okay, next to this we have a tie no-till drill. Okay. Let's walk around it. It's got the small seed box, large seed box. Okay. In front of this we have a bush hog. This is a nice sized one. I'm going to say that is a 7-footer. All right, next to this brush hog, we have a 4955 John Deere, 4-wheel drive, duals in the back, heavy tractor. Look how this thing's built. 4955. Very nice. Quick hitch. 3 sets of remotes. And it's got a 1000 PTO. There you go. Okay, here we got a gravity wagon with a nice auger on it. It's got an extender. Look at that. Pretty nice. Okay, next to this wagon, we've got a Miller Pro sprayer. I've got one almost just like this. Very nice. They do a good job. And that's a pretty nice sprayer. Miller Pro. Okay, next to this sprayer, we've got John Deere set of discs, heavy set. This is a John Deere 220 centerfold disc. Nice set. Okay, here we got, looks like to be a tiller. It's a flail mower. PTO 8-foot flail mower. Okay, here's a tank right here. And here's a lift, a scissor lift right there. Lift you up. Okay, here's a John Deere 318G skid steer. It's got the no flat tires. Let's see inside. See what the inside looks like. Okay. There you go. Okay, next to this we got a back blade, a heavy duty bush hog. That thing's heavy. Look at that. Okay, behind this, I used to have one of these. Case International 585. Right there. All around utility tractor. It's got one set of remotes, 540. Okay. Next to that, we've got a hay bine. Rubber rolls. Let's see what model this is. It's a 477. Or 479, excuse me. Bad gearbox. 479 bad gearbox. Okay, in front of this hay bine, we've got a 273 New Holland square baler. Pretty good shape. Right there, anybody looking for a baler? Yeah, it's in pretty good shape. You even get some twine with it. Okay, here's a Gale forage wagon. That's a 970 Gale. Okay, besides this, here's a blade, box blade, 3-point. Here's a skid steer mower, front mower here. And here's a trencher, skid steer trencher. Make some ditches. Okay, next to this we got a Ford. I think this is an 8N, I'm not sure, gas. Let's see, 800. Right there. Yep. Here's a gravity wagon again. J&M. Here's a heavy duty brush hog. TW120. It's got 3 gearboxes. Looks like that one might have been replaced because it's a different color, not sure. But it looks heavy duty. Okay, here we got a gravity wagon with an auger. Okay, here we got a brush hog. And here we got a Massey 135 gas. Right there. Massey Ferguson. All right, we got a 4-star tedder, and that brand is an H&S right there. Okay, here's another cutter. Now this thing looks really wide, heavy. It's got 3 gearboxes. It's a 10-footer rotary cutter. All right, here we got a 718 New Holland chopper. It's got the hay head on it, and there's a corn head there, probably sold separately. Yep. Okay, next to this, we've got an older Kuhn disc bind, and it looks like for parts. You've got parts on it, all around it. So, there you go. And then it looks here to be some weights. They're red, so I'm guessing they're international. Not too sure. Check this out. Does anybody need pallet forks for a skid steer or a skid attachment? Look at this. He's got all different kinds. 3,500 pounds, 4,200 pounds. All kinds. Then you come over here, here's a little ripper bucket, I call that. Here's some more 3-point spears for skid steer attachment. Here's some double spear. Here's a cage to lift you up. Put that on your skid steer and lift you right up in the air. And then you got all these buckets. You got some really nice buckets. Here's a 96-inch bucket. Here's a push blade. Here's some plates. Those are skid steer. You can weld skid steer to make a skid steer attachment right there. Here's a grapple right there. More buckets. And here's a little lift right here. Okay, now you got all these tires. Look at all these tires. You got tires with rims and tires without, skid steer. I'm not going to go through and tell you all the different sizes. There's a lot. Here's some trailer tires. These are 15-inch. Here's all your skid steer tires. Here's some brand new rims, tires. Okay, here's a log truck right here. Right there's a log truck. Nice, Kenworth. This truck might have been here last year, I'm not too sure. Okay, here's a nice H&S forage wagon. XL. Very nice. Okay, here's a skid steer attachment. It looks like just the, yeah, it's just the attachment piece. Oh no, that's a hitch. Right there. Okay, here's a trailer, gooseneck. Looks like it's aluminum. Okay. Okay, and here's a New Holland TS 6030 tractor, 4-wheel drive, weights in the front. Now this is an older one, okay, so no DEF. It's got nice steps. The interior looks real nice inside. It's a nice tractor. It's got, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of remotes, 1000 PTO. Very nice. TS6030. Okay, next to this we have a H&S, another brand new, looks almost brand new, forage wagon. It's got the auger discharge. And then in front of that we've got some tires with rims, 295/75 R22.5s right there. There's another two of them right there. Here we got some weights, front end weights, okay. Here we got another chopper. And this is a nice chopper. It's a New Holland 890 7-foot hay pickup. Very nice. There's some nice choppers here this year. Yep, 790. So it's got the hay head, and then you've got the corn head. It looks like it sells separately. And then here's a post driller. Here's a hay conveyor. And I tell you what, this one's not in bad shape. It's pretty nice. This is a, what brand is it? It's a 40-foot. Not too sure on the brand, but that's pretty nice. Heavy duty, long, 40-foot. Okay, there's some more wheel weights. Looks like some John Deere weights, and we got a motor on here. Okay, look at this. Here's a Glencoe soil saver. Okay, heavy duty. This in the front, and this is a, I'm seeing, you got 5 shanks there. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shank. There you go. And it looks like you got some PTO shafts right there. And this thing here, I believe this connects to the combine to a head right here, this square piece. Okay, here we got a forklift, a stand-up one right there, and I don't know what's in that wrap thing there. This is a stand-up one. This is what it looks like. Okay, next to this we got an L. We got an L2550 Kubota 4-wheel drive. Pretty clean. Older, but pretty clean. And no hydraulics in the back. It's got a 540. Okay, look at this. We've got a 2020 John Deere. It's gas. $540. It's got one. No, it's got a set right there of hydraulics. Okay, next to this, it's a rotary rake, Kloss, 500T. Okay, we've got a set of cultivators here, right here. And we have an Envoy 2005, 111,000 miles. Just walk around it. Looks pretty clean. There you go. Okay, next to that, we have a pair of discs. Pretty heavy. 14 foot. Okay, behind that, we've got a hay bind. Okay, it's a New Holland 492 hay bind. It's in good shape. It's rubber rollers. Yep, they look pretty good. Okay, next to this we got a snow blower. Right there. And right here, I can just tell by the colors, a 255 Massey Ferguson diesel. That's a cute little tractor right there. It's got the cab. It's two-wheel drive. Huh. Brand new rubber in the back. 540. 2 sets of remotes. Okay. Next to this, we got a TD 466 International. And it looks to be, I believe it's a flatbed, but let's double check that. Just says, okay, it's a 2007. Nice truck. It's got a big box there on the side underneath the bed. Okay, here we got some International wheel weights. Right there. And we've got a 635 Moco John Deere disc bind. And underneath, there's the turtles. Okay. And in the back, I believe you got the flails. Yep. Flails underneath. It's a nice disc bind. Now, here's what you need to know on a lot of these disc binds. This could be different. This is a, yep, 1000. So it's a 1000 hookup. 635 Moco. Okay, here we got some. These, I believe, are International. Let's see, bolt-on wheel spacers. International weights. Okay, we got a heavy-duty bell spear right there. We got a 4-star Tedder, 5200. I believe this is a Citrex right there. And then we got some more wheel weights right there. Might be for there's T-rail hooks there, a weight bar there. Okay, check this out. 655D Ford backhoe, nice shape, 4-wheel drive. Very nice. Here's what the inside looks like. Pretty clean. See that? Nice. Interior is nice for what year it is. Yep. Looks like a 2-stick. 655D Extravator. Big bucket. Very nice. Okay, here's the tank. I'm going to say that's a 1100 gallon tank right there. In front of this we got a blower, a Gale 1560 blower. And in front of that we've got a set of duals. And let's see if we could find the size for you. I don't see the size. Here's a set of tires with rims. Looks like International rims right there. Those are 16 9s 34s. The tires don't look too good a shape. They're cracked, but look at the rims. Okay, here is an excavator. This is a nice one. It's got a big bucket. And this is a KCX 1355R excavator. Interior looks real nice. See the tracks. Tracks look good. There you go. That's a nice one. Nice and clean. Okay. Next to this, we've got some more weights. Front weights, wheel weights, hubs. Looks like Alice rear weights right there. More weights, maybe International, not sure. We got a sprayer, Hardy, right there. Here's a John Deere MX brush cutter, right there. That's pretty nice. Here is a blower. Here's a blower, New Holland. Very good shape. It's another F62B blower. Okay, here's a J&M gravity wagon. Here's a bunch of John Deere. Oh, it looks to be planter parts right here. Okay. Yep. Here's a bunch of more parts. Disc. Here's weights. And there's John Deere fenders right there. So let's mosey on down here. And inside here we've got all kind of, this is for planters, gauge wheels and stuff in that box right there. Okay, look at this. Here's a diesel F250 Super Duty. Okay, the year on it is 1999 with title. Extended cab. And there's some information on it. Southern truck, third owner, 145,000 miles. Look here, it's got the 7.3 power stroke. Toolbox in the back, bed liner. Pretty nice truck. Okay, next to this truck, we've got a beast. We've got a John Deere. And this John Deere is a 8630. These tires are huge. Duals in the front, duals in the back. Look at that tractor. That will pull. And in the back of that tractor, you got 3 sets of remotes, 1000 PTO quick hitch. Okay, over here you got a Gale forage wagon. Okay. Next to it, here you got a MST 800 track dump. Right here. It's on tracks and it dumps. MST 800. All right, here you got some tracks. Let's see what they're for. New Holland skid steer chains, 2 of them right there. Okay, then you got some skid steer attachments. They look like they're, some of it's used, but maybe just sitting out. Here's a little bucket grapple. Here's a grapple. Here's a puller. Okay, here's some forks. Here's some drillers. Right here. There's a heavy duty post driller right there. 9-inch. There's another heavy duty grapple. Okay. And over here you got a chipper. Look at this. Skid steer. A skid steer chipper right there. And then this is a rock picker right here. See that? That's a skid steer rock picker. Okay. Here's a hitch plate. Here's extension, fork extensions. Here's some tires. Nice trailer tires, 16-inch. These are 15s. Bunch of 15s right there. You got skid steer tires and rims. More skid steer. Yep. You got another hitch blade. You got another grapple. You've got all these pallet forks. Here's drillers. Right there. Now I want to backtrack here. I missed this. Here's a little backhoe right here. Pretty neat. D125. Skid steer. Look at that, guys. That'd come in handy. Connect it to the front of your skid steer. You got a backhoe. Hard to find, probably. Right there it is. Actually a little 4 sticker. All right, let's go back down here where we left off. Okay, look at this. We got a trencher. Looks pretty heavy duty. Okay, we got buckets. All kind of buckets. Lots of buckets. Different sizes. You name it, they've got it. Okay, here's a skid steer mower. Right there. Brush cutter. Here's a grapple. Right there. Here's another grapple. And another bucket. Very nice. Okay, check this out. Here's a Massey Ferguson. It's got a backhoe in the back. It's a 4 sticker. Right there. Nice little plain tractor. Easy to get into and off. 4-wheel drive. It's a 1250 front end loader. Okay. There's your 3-point hitch in the bucket. Okay, here's a bale spear. Looks to be quick hitch John Deere. All right, look at this. Here's an International Farmel 504. And very pretty. Whoever did the work on this did an excellent job. And you love to see tractors like this, where people restore them, and you You'd hate to use something like this and just keep it showroom condition. I would love to have a tractor like this, but every tractor I got I need, and I use it hard. But this tractor here, I would buy it and I would just hold on to it. It's a 504 Farmall gas, very nice, clean. Look at the seat on it. Very, very nice. Skins are good. Come to the back here. Okay, there's no hydraulics. It's got the 540, but look at how nice that is. It's gonna go do a good home. Okay, next to this Farmall tractor, we've got a New Holland hay rake. Now somebody reconditioned this, and I'm going to take a guess and go out on a limb and say that whoever had this Farmall 504 maybe, just maybe, had this hay rake. Because, I don't know, I just have a feeling that he reconditioned both of these. It's a Super 55 roller bar hay rake, New Holland. Very nice. Okay, here's a Pioneer 1000 side by side. It's a 4-seater. It folds down to a bed in the back. Here's a John Deere side by side, very nice. And here's another Pioneer, and I believe it's like that first one. It folds down in the back, very nice. Here's a Kubota 2350 BX, 4-wheel drive belly mower. Here's a Woods. It's got the front deck there. Here is a, look at this, tool cabinet. Wow, very nice. Everybody can use something like that. Okay, here's some weights. Real weights. It looks like John Deere right there. And there's some spinners for some spreader. Okay. Then we have some rocks. Anybody interested in some rocks? And then we got some locust post. Somebody sharpened them all up. Right here we've got an auger. Here's more of these posts. Okay. Here's a belly mower. Excuse me. I keep calling these belly mowers. These are 3-point finishing mowers. That is a finishing mower. Okay, here is more fence post sharpened. Okay, here's a David Brown 3800 Selectomatic. There you go. Gas. David Brown. There's what the back end looks like, 540. Okay, over here we got a Cub Cadet side by side. KRW loader, it looks like. Little neat thing. Here's an Outlander 800R Max XT 4-wheeler. Looks like you got a gun holder there. Okay, here's another 3-point finishing mower. Here's a backhoe T125. Now the other one I showed you was attached, you can attach it to a skid steer. This one you don't. Okay, this is the small section that we're going through. So I'm just going to pinpoint some things out. You might see something in here you like. I might not get it all, but maybe you'll see it on camera. Okay, so here we got mobility tractor or mover lifts. Okay, some snow blowers, there's a little tiller, there's a little international blade right there. Here's one of those mini excavators. It's got the thumb on it, pretty handy. Okay, here's some brush material. Okay, and these are all chemical totes right here that you see, hold chemicals. Okay, let's go on down the line here. Looks like wood chipper. What is that? Winch for a wood chipper right there. Okay, here's a log splitter. Okay, here's a Cub Cadet side by side, pretty nice. That one's pretty nice. Okay, here's a Cub Cadet XT2 lawnmower. And this looks like a generator right there. And I'm just scanning through all this stuff. There's some seed boxes, it looks like, some tracks. You've got some international fertilizer boxes, international planter parts, all in through here. There's a tank right here. All kind of stuff. This is a compressor. It's not a generator. It's a compressor. SSR XF E50. Okay, here's some more pallet forks, a bucket, there's a lawnmower, and look at this. These are all, I believe, these are gas operated golf carts, from what I've read, right here. Pretty sure they're gas. Okay, golf carts. All right, let's go down the line here. You've got a blade, you've got a cab, you've got a corn planter. Look at that old, just point this out. It's an Oliver 222 two-row corn planter. Extra plates inside. Very nice. That thing is a collector's item right there. See that? Okay. Not too sure what this is. Back blade, York rake. Oh, it's a wheel for a back blade or York rake. Okay, here's a Steiner with the front mower on it. Here's a Steiner snowblower. Another snowblower. Here's a Steiner with the mower in front of it again. Okay, here is a, looks to be a Massey Ferguson. There's nothing on it. Let's do a walk around. 540. Okay, here is a jack right here. Yeah, airlift right there. Okay, here is a 3-point finish mower. Okay, over here we got an Alice right here. That is a gas D14 with a winch. Alice. Mitsubishi right there. MT372. Okay, here's a Mitsubishi D1650. Here's a backhoe, 3-point. And here's another golf cart. Right here, a lot of golf carts here. Okay, let's go on in here. We've got a big set of duals. We've got tanks. We've got tanks for trucks. We've got tanks for water, whatever. Okay. Here's a York rake. A lot of people are looking for those. Bush hog. And here is, this is for, looks to be for a combine when you hook up the heads. Here's a golf cart. Here's a walk behind mower. Lesco. Coming around here, we got some hydraulic cylinders. We've got these storage tanks right here. And over here we got all these little implements. We got a shovel. We got a back blade. We got a post-hoe driller. We've got a bush hog. We've got a hitch, fifth wheel. We got a 3-point hitch. And we've got a bale spear. Here's a compressor. More of those totes. There's a snow blower. This is a tiller. And this looks to be a jack of some sort. There's a wood chipper. Here's a pump, heavy duty transfer case. Dana Spicer heavy duty transfer case. Okay, and all this miscellaneous stuff here. Some more rocks. What's this thing? This is a 30-inch core cut floor saw. That's a floor saw. Okay, over here we have an Alice tractor with a belly mower. Older one. 616 lawn tractor. Okay. We've got a cement mixer right there. Got some chains, straps. Here's a trencher. Little four-wheeler. Got some new tires here. Carlisle 7.6 by 15 SLs. Nice. Little tiller. Look at this little mini bike. That thing's dinky. And some miscellaneous stuff. We got some racks. We've got some bin extenders. We've got some, looks like some seat extenders for planters. Here's a sycamore. There's a spear. All kind of stuff. There's something here for everyone. All kind of miscellaneous stuff. You got gates. There's some fence. You have So there's some planter cones. There's a press. Here's some more duals right here. There's a toolbox right there, rigid. Propane tank, whatever. There's some international weight, front weight holder. There's a box. Fans. Here's a nice water trough right there. It's holding water, so you know there's no leaks. And it's on a trailer. And there's a fuel tank on that trailer. It looks like diesel only. And here's some nice little feed bins for your animals. Okay, coming around here, look at this truck rack. Aluminum. Pretty nice. Okay, got a gas tank for a truck. You got some piping, culvert piping fittings. More barn fans. You got toolboxes for trucks right there. Look at this. You got fenders for John Deere tractor, whatever. John Deere fertilizer box, wheels, toolbox. Here's another fuel box for a truck. Here's a little dump wagon. Here's a seeder. Right here's a tire balancer, changer. There's a fuel tank. Here's a motor right here. It's a Caterpillar. There's a motor on a skid right there. Here's a generator, Craftsman. Here's a Honda 4518 lawnmower. And here's some, looks to be skid steer tires, used. Okay, coming around here, you got a fuel tank. Here's a generator. Right here. Let's see exactly what this says. Yep, generator. Okay. There's an old plow right there, hand. Here's some forks. Here's a, looks to be, oh, these are rotating. You don't see these often. Rotating pallet forks. See that right there? Pretty cool. Here's a water tote. Here's a manure spreader. Now this, horse people would probably like this. You know, something small you can hook to a lawnmower and take it out there, ground driven. There you go. Behind that we got a motor. That's a John Deere motor right there. I don't know what it's off of. They pulled it out of something. Okay, here's a tank. Okay, here's a saw. Right there. And here's another one. Clipper. Here's some ramps. Here's a Rancher Honda four-wheeler ES. Right there. Here's another Cub Cadet side-by-side. 4x4. Okay, coming around, we got a Cub Cadet SLT 1054. Nice lawnmower. Okay. Right here we got another corn planter, older one. Let's see what kind of make this is. It's a John Deere 290 two-row. Right there. Nice. Okay, we got a little hitch there. Okay, here's a Hustler mower walk behind right there. And then right behind it is another one, Hustler mower walk behind. Okay, here's a 3-bottom plow right here. Here's some more. Looks for a planter. This is a joiner. I think there's a little joiner. See that? Okay. Here's some hitches. Right here. You got a big push 3-point blade, older blade. There's a spear. And there's a 5th wheel. Okay, over here, looks like you got a pressure washer, little Honda, right there. You got some hoses. Ooh, look at this. Looks like hydraulic line. Now, here's some something that could come in handy if you had a press. You got all these hydraulic fittings. These are very expensive. Very expensive when you go to buy them, each one of these. But you got all these fittings. And I don't know if there's a press in there or not, but there looks to be, yeah, there is. I think there is. There's a hydraulic line on these big spools. That's expensive. You know what that costs a foot. And then, yeah, there's a press in there. Okay. Okay, here's some more parts for a planter. And it looks for like an international planter. More tracks over there. You've got some S-tines right here. That's a nice set. And you got fuel tank for a truck. And there's a hitch. There's a blade for a tractor. There's tires. There's some international weights, it looks like, right there. And then here's some stainless stuff. This is sap flue. Sap flue pan. Right there for sap. There you go. Here's a big 3-point finish mower. It's older. It's got a big belt on it right down the middle of it. Okay, here's a tank, and this looks like it's for a stainless steel tank, 285 gallon. Okay, here's a tiller, 3-point. Only looks to be 4 feet maybe. Okay, here's some more tractor. It looks like John Deere fenders. Here's another jack, air jack, right here. Okay, these are slings right here in these boxes. Different sizes, all different sizes. We've got chains in this box, all different sizes it looks like. We've got a 4-wheeler here. It's a Honda. That's a Recon right there. And we got some more planter parts right here for seeders. Here we got another toolbox. Look how nice that is. Huh. Very nice. Got a workbench on it. Okay, here's another 3-point finish mower, older one. Okay, here is a seeder. And this is a 2-row, okay? And it's pretty slick. It's got see-through boxes so you can see what's in there. And, you know, it could be used for like a little garden. And it's got packer wheels in the back. You see that? That would come in handy for, you know, like a garden. Okay, here's a Can-Am four-wheeler. Here's a side-by-side Coleman with a front blade. Headache rack right there. And here's a Kawasaki Brute Force four-wheeler. We got a 3-bottom plow. This is an Oliver 3-bottom. And then we got a pair of discs here, little pair. Here's a log splitter right here. And we got a nice John Deere Z915E lawnmower, 0-turn. That thing's pretty nice, Z-Track. Very nice. Okay, here we got a Kubota BX2680 belly mower, 4-wheel drive. Very nice tractor. Right there. 3-point hitch. It's got a top link. Yep. Okay, here we got another golf cart. I believe it's gas. Here's an Arctic Cat 4-wheeler 650 twin with nice luggage in the back, blade in the front. Here we got another golf cart. I believe it's gas. Okay, here we got a Coyote side-by-side. Now this thing is slick, man. It looks heavy duty. I never even knew they made them. There's a front winch on it. There's a hitch in the front down below there. The tires look knobby-ish. The inside looks immaculate. The bed looks big, wide. You come around here, it's got a heavy hitch in the back. That's a Coyote 4x4 2400. Okay, next to that, we got a gazebo. Look at this thing. It's big. This thing is nice. You can have a lot of, put a cooker on there and you're ready to go. Very nice. Okay, here we got, okay, this is last but not least. We have a Dixie Chopper 0-turn lawnmower. This is the last item that I have gone through this auction. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Well, I believe I covered everything. I know it's a lengthy video, but if it makes one person see something that they would come out to bid or bid online, it's done its job. Well, I'll see you next time on Just Making It. Thanks again for watching.